Everybody, I'm just out for a walk. Lots of flowers. The weather is definitely a little different today. High is supposed to be around 70 degrees. We'll see if it makes that. Just a perfect day to get out and relax a little bit. I've been down this area of the park for a while, so figured I'd go down here and check it out. Definitely some flowers, wild daisies, and blackberries are all in flower. The bees are everywhere, which is good. There's all kinds of these paths that go up into the park and back out. Most of them in the park say, staff vehicles only. But you can hike all them all. And every once in a while there's game trails that, run off like this one right here. Run off into the trees. A lot of blackberries. I'm not hiking through there in shorts. Probably should have thought and put on some long pants. Oh well, I'm just out for a walk. Not sure if you can hear all the bees, but there's lots of them. So that'd probably be a happy time for the bees right now. All the flowers in bloom. Lots of blackberries. A few rabbits, but they've been scurrying as soon as I get near. There's one right in there, but you can't see anything past the edge. Campground's nice and quiet now that the weekend's over. It's hard to believe that, we're end of July and you finally get a few days of decent weather. Which, of course, has ended now. It's nice and quiet. Looks like they did run a brush hog down here, one of their mowers. Not sure why. I do know this is the southern edge of the park. And I don't know what this land is out here, but there are no houses or anything of the sort. It's just raw land. Obviously it's been logged at some point because it's mostly alder. No shortage of blackberry. It's the Himalayan blackberry for the most part, which I personally don't like them. They don't have the little bit of sour taste that I like from blackberries, at least the wild ones we have around here. And there's a few, they get choked out. These Himalayans, they get pretty thick. It looks like we got a gate ahead. Never been down this way. Oh, some water. Ooh, definitely juicy ground. And a no trespassing in the gate. Yeah, interesting. Lots of looks like deer tracks. No, that's no deer track, that's dog print. Yeah, can't really see. Looks like it's just the same kind of trail past here. See if I can walk over to the gate without sinking too far. Oh yeah, it just keeps on going that way. I wonder if it's an old fire road or something. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, definitely deer tracks in here in the mud. Dog. Some of these actually look like coyote also. That's a pretty big tree. Looks like a cottonwood. Some cedar, some fir. Yeah, get out of this because it kind of stinks here too. It looks like it's just running down the hill from the park. Well, I guess I walk back this direction. I was kind of hoping for a nice clean game trail going out that direction. Be nice to go check out some of those woods, even though it's all alder. But yeah, I'm gonna head back this way. Well, I'm about, I don't know, I'd say a little over a mile according to my app. According to the park itself, there's over 4 miles of hiking trails out here. Of course, not all of them are like this. Some are pure hiking trails, only maintained by foot traffic, but this was the one that goes around the park. So, you know, they have to take their machines around, clear the trees, stuff like that. Pretty quiet out here though. For the most part, the only thing I hear is the wind and the bees. But yeah, for most of the parks I've been in, this one definitely has the most hiking trails. You can ride your bike on most of them. At least, you know, these trails are like this for sure. It's not the biggest park I've been to. Looks like a bird got eaten. The biggest park I've been to, I think, was Lake of the Springs in California, Northern California. It was huge. I did a couple tours of it, and it really didn't show all of the park. A deer trail going right through there. Don't see where it goes up this way. There's trails all over out here. And the water's starting to dry up a little bit. It'll be nice if that gets dried up before I take my next ride around here. I won't get near as muddy. There's a pretty heavily used trail right here. Yeah, I can't tell if they go that way or not. Right through here is where they go, yep. Seen quite a few deer in the park itself. So they're definitely out here. Yeah, avoid the people pretty good. Well, this is the game room in the upper lodge. We got ping pong, basketball, air hockey, foosball, a miniature pool table, and TV. Neat. And of course, right next door is the laundry room. You got quite a few washers and dryers in there. There are 2 lodges here. This is the upper lodge, the family lodge. And there's also a lower lodge. This lodge here has a small store. They sell firewood. Both the lodges do have their own pools. So it's open Thursday through Sunday, 10:30 to 5:30. And you see their wood stores. And free Wi-Fi up here. Oh, and there's the pool area, which is not in use at the moment. It was full yesterday. And it just looks like tables and stuff like that. A map of the Chehalis area. Things in Chehalis area. And a lot of people do come up here and sit to use the free Wi-Fi. And it's a pretty big area, so you can spread out pretty good in here. You got enough room for dancing if that's what you want to do. Nice playground area. There are a couple of these. I will say this, the lower lodge has handball courts, of course swimming pool. They also are near the horseshoe pits, the tennis courts. I'm gonna walk over here and show you the view from up top. Great place to come to watch the sunset. And somebody's got a little food truck here. It's open on the weekends. As always, there's bathrooms placed all over here. Bike parking. I will say, plenty of dumpsters, plenty of bathrooms. Even when the park was full this weekend, the dumpster really never got over full, so that was pretty good. Yeah, another bathrooms here. This is for a D loop. I'd go in, but there's people in there. Check my app, see how far I've gone so far. Just under 2 miles. We'll add some more. It's nice back in the woods, let's say that. Out behind the campsites, there's all kinds of these little trails that go around and through the woods. They're not maintained trails, they're part of the park system, but they're here. Nice to see all the ferns, especially all the cedar trees and the moss. And we'll say, some parks you go to, there isn't a lot of adventuring around that you can do. Which, you know, don't get me wrong, each park has its own thing. But we do like this one. Just because it's big. There's lots of land in between each of the camp areas. We do try to stay into E-loop when we can. The service here isn't the greatest for cell signal, but we get by. Like I said, I'm just right behind the campsites themselves. Kind of dredging through here, but there's not much for blackberries, so I don't have to worry about getting all scraped up, and I can actually enjoy the view. I mean, the moss is growing even on the sides of the trees, everywhere. Oh. But yeah, for kids, this is a huge playground. For me, it's just, you know, a place to walk when the campsites aren't full, which is always nice. It's quiet during the week, a little crazy on the weekends. Normal. And of course, there's my site.